Good day class, I am your instructor for today's session. My name is Sir Kimnel Cabral. Okay class, before we start, can I ask Mr. Francis to lead the prayer? Mr. Francis? Okay class, let's check our attendance first. If I call your name, say present. Class, what is our lesson yesterday? That's great class. Our lesson yesterday is all about HACCP. I have prepared a motivational quotation for you class. Mr. Lorenzo, can you read the motivational quotes? In your own words class, what is participate in improving environment in practices at work? Yes, Miss Desa. Okay, great. This is any type of hazard such as a flood, fire, and chemical spill. I have prepared an activity here. Get a 1/4 sheet of pad paper. These are the jumbled letters and you just rearrange them into a correct word. I will give you 5 minutes to think the answer. Okay class, let's check. Number 1. Who wants to answer? Yes, Miss Jezabel. Okay, very good. Number 1 is food poisoning. Number 2. Okay, Miss Crystal. Very good. Environmental hazard. Number 3, Miss Ella. Okay, that's great. Number 3 is pollution. Number 4, Miss Rose. Okay, very good. Number 4 is mitigation. And last, number 5, Miss Magro. Yes, very good. Number 5 is fire. Okay, class. For your next activity is I will show you a picture and all you need to do is identify. Are you ready, class? Okay, let's start. Number 1. Okay, number 1 is red tide. Number 2. Number 2 class is flood. Number 3. Okay, very good. Number 3 is air pollution. Number 4. And the last is okay, very good. Number 4 is fire. Okay class, let's move on to the environmental hazard. Flood. Flood is defined as a rise, usually brief in water level in a stream, to peak from which water level recedes as the slower rate. Okay. Next is safety precaution before the flood. Number 1 is ensure that you understand the dangers of flood properly. Number 2 is know the flood history of your area. Number 3 is make a mental note of the nearest high ground to your place. Okay, what is necessary to follow the safety precaution before the flood? Yes, Miss Lavinia. Okay, very good. It is important to follow to avoid any accident. Next question class is what is the important to consider a flying safety precaution before the flood? Yes, Miss Desa. That's great. It's also avoid in damaged properties and etc. Let's move on class. What to do after the flood? Number 1. Inform your neighbors that you are returning home and obtain advice before making an action or decision. Number 2. Keep listening to radio for news. Additional flooding or flash flood may occur. Okay class, let's tackle next is food poisoning. It is a contamination of food with biological contaminant such as a bacteria, fungi, viruses, and parasite. Chemical contamination can take from of agricultural, chemical, and etc. Next class is preparedness and mitigation. Number 1, discourage children to patronage of processed food. Number 2, wash raw food thoroughly. Number 3, cook food properly. And 4, eat cook food immediately. And last is store cook food properly. Okay class, it is important to use a preparedness and mitigation in food poisoning. Yes, Mr. Bautista. Very good, Mr. Bautista. That is truly important because to ensure the safety of food at all times. Next question class is, should also food are required to clean before we cook it or eat it class? Yes, Miss Ella. Okay, great, Miss Ella. To assure the cleanliness and the safety of food that we take it, let's move on class in our graded recitation. First question class is, how important is to determine an understanding of safety precaution before the flood? Yes, Mr. Jello. Yes, very good, Mr. Jello. It is important because we will know what to do and not to do when there is flood in our area. Okay, class? Anyone wants to answer? Please raise your hand if you want to answer. Yes, Miss Dimaala. Okay, very good. It will be safer and use we will have enough understanding on how we can avoid accidents during flood. Your next activity class, or also known the ultimate activity that will fast in our next session. Direction class is form a group of 6 members and make a movie poster showing what you learned in our session. After that, make it a short movie clip wherein you can show your understanding in our lesson in today's session. Class, your ultimate activity is already uploaded in our Google Classroom, and you see the rubrics that you make a guide to form a movie clip or short movie poster. It's clear, class? Okay, thank you. Any answer in our topic on this session? Okay, very good. So that's all class in our session. I hope you understand a lot and see you in our next session. Goodbye class and God bless you all.